Now recognize Mr. Van Drew for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral, Acting Commandant, I wish you the very best sincerely, and thank you for being here today. To some degree, I want to associate myself with the remarks of Mr. Garamundi. Now, he's been here more years than I have. I'm going on my 7th year in Congress. 7 years, and not a reflection on you at all, because I think we are going to turn the page now. We have gone through this process, and that's why I've tried to keep pushing for benchmarks, even working on legislation that we have benchmarks, because we have these discussions, we hear these things, and it's our bad too, by the way. It's Congress as well, and we just don't get anywhere near the finish line. Now, to be very focused here, would I be correct, and I'm just going to ask you for some quick answers first, then we'll get into a little more detail, that with the administration, there is a new forceful commitment through the reconciliation bill, by the way. Ms. Schulten's not here now, but I wish I could say to her, I'm not worried about the budget bill at this point. We haven't done particularly well with budget bills, whether it be an omnibus bill or the 12 separate bills, but the reconciliation process, I know I've had direct conversations with you folks, direct conversations with the administration, and I believe, and I've seen it, that there is a new forceful commitment in will and desire, as well as dollars. Would you agree that's true?
Yes, Congressman.
Thank you. I want to just make that clear. I want everybody to hear that. And would you agree with me that a lot of this is being done through the budget reconciliation process?
At this time, that's correct, Congressman.
Yeah, yes, it is. Thank you. That's the plan. That's one of the reasons that we're doing the reconciliation, because we just can't seem to get the damn thing done when we go through the budget bills. Multiple administrations, I'm not blaming one side or the other. So this is why this is a unique time in history. And that's why I believe in the benchmarks as well. I think it's important stuff, whether it's icebreakers, patrol cutters, whether it is infrastructure and facility. Again, you're familiar with all of us. I know you do your homework and you looked us all up when you come here. I'm in Cape May. 85% of your recruits go through Cape May. That's where the training center is. Again, to answer Ms. Schulten, there are dollars there for new barracks. We've begun that process. It's moving forward. That's going to be helpful, particularly to the females that are now enlisting in the Coast Guard as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Thank you. What steps are being taken? I know it's hard to be real specific because we got to get the damn reconciliation bill done first, though. Can you share with us briefly any steps and timelines for offshore patrol cutters and polar security cutters? And I know you've answered that already, so just any spots you'd want to touch up on.
Yes, sir. So there are 2 stages for the offshore patrol cutter. We talked a little bit about stage 1, the first 4 that are being built in Panama City, Florida. And the first hull is scheduled for delivery by the end of this calendar year, but it's only 72% complete. And so it's at high risk of delivery to meet that first target. Now, OPC Stage 2, being built by Austell in Mobile, Alabama, that's OPC's numbers 5 through 15. They began construction last August, and they're making strong progress on delivery of that first one, which I believe is scheduled for 2028. I'll get the exact date on OPC number 5, but they're making strong progress, having started construction less than a year ago.
And wouldn't you say that there's a new energy, a new commitment, a new sense of urgency that we've got to get these things done and stop talking about them, even when we deal with these different entities that you named?
Well, there is an urgency, Congressman. Not only an urgency we feel in the Coast Guard to deliver assets for our crews that are operating on old assets that are increasingly harder to maintain and increasingly not available for operations, but nationally to provide the Coast Guard to meet the needs of the American people in the face of increasing threats, including nation-state threats.
Absolutely. And I was going to review all of that, but I didn't because everybody up here knows it, you know it, certainly all of you know it very well. There's $21 billion appropriated to address shortfalls in the reconciliation package. Do you believe that's going to be helpful if that reconciliation package is successful?
Congressman, it will be an important start to reversing the downward readiness trend, but it will need, yes, sir.
Thank you. The active duty force, we've talked about that a little bit before too. Any particular plans to reinvigorate that, to re-energize it, to get more folks?
Yes, sir. The Secretary has announced as part of Force Design 2028 a direction to grow the Coast Guard workforce, principally our enlisted workforce, both active and reserve, by up to 15,000 new members. And so that will put our already strong progress we've made on recruiting. We'll have to keep the pedal to the floor and continue to recruit to meet that goal by the target, which is by the end of 2028.
I appreciate your work. Let's do this, Chairman. We're breaking new ground here. We're going to do good stuff. I yield back to you.